Good morning and welcome to Hurstbrand Farms. You'll never guess what we're doing today. More irrigation project because why not? That's what we do. It's been hot. We haven't had any rain this spring. It's supposed to get close to 90 degrees this weekend. So irrigation is a go. It needs to be running full speed, everything going. So we are taking the backhoe down to a pump system. We are swapping out a pump to a bigger horsepower. We're going to move a pump. We need the backhoe to lift the pump off the trailer. It's a 40 horsepower pump. Not super big, but it's too big for us to lift. Okay, I'll show you when we get there. So here's what we have going on. There's these pumps here on the trailer. I don't know how much these pumps weigh, but they're too heavy to be picking up. So we're gonna use this backhoe and chain, lift them up off of the trailer. Get squared up here a little bit. And then we're gonna set the pump down there by the creek. That's where we pump out of. So this is actually a bigger pump. We had a 30 horsepower pump on this place before, but we've put pivots in and we wanted to, we had an extra 40 horsepower pump laying around. So we're gonna set this down close by the pump station. And then a welder's gotta come in. He's gonna weld new flanges, or flanges. So that this 40 horse pump will fit, because currently it is not set big enough. Pump set where it needs to be. All good for now until we get a welder over there to put a new flange on it, which should be today. Here's what we got going on inside the shop. We've got the swather. It needs to be going today. Cultivator with this cultivator. This is for beets. We have these microband boxes, and that is going to put some insecticide down on the beet rows. They've got, each one covers 3 rows. Got these hoses that distribute that down. And then also we are going to spray a fungicide on top of the beets. So we've made this work, mounted that up so that we can spray insecticides with this, or not insecticide, we can spray fungicide with the cultivator. And then we have the beet planter, corn planter, the John Deere planter. We're trying to decide what to do, because the wheat field that is going to be chopped, it's going to go to corn. I'm not sure what the timing is on that. This needs to be set up to plant sunflowers as well, and pumpkins probably within the week, and also corn. So much going on. Okay, on to the next thing. We've got hydraulic hoses taken off, that loader bucket. We are gonna go start a pivot. We had a flat tire. This guy started walking off the rim. So we had to get that changed before it got into a drive line and caused more issues. So that pivot's ready to go now. And I'm gonna go start it. It's on a potato field. And that potato field is rocking and rolling. It actually, it's one of the bright spots of our farm this year. It looks pretty good. So we've got to go over there and just, even though I can start it with the phone, it's good to drive over and visually look at it as it's starting up. Make sure that it's gonna work. So I'm gonna head that direction. Go turn on the pivot. And even though I'm standing here, I'm gonna turn it on with my phone. Start forward. We're gonna put a 1/2 inch of water down. Let's see if this bad boy kicks on. Oh, we got water. Oh, and the valve's working this time. Oh yeah, looking good. All right, let's come out here and take a little look-see. Pretty cool that we can do that with our phone. Let's take a look-see at these potatoes. They're not looking too bad. Look at that. Let's flip this camera around. Take that beauty in. Beautiful, clean field. Nice straight rows. Good, happy potatoes coming up. Look at that guy. These are russet Burbanks, and I'm really happy with how they look. It's good. It's great. It's been a little bit of a challenging year for our crops. Part of the problem is we haven't had any rain, and rain, at least on the wheat, a cooler, wet spring seems to do a lot better for our wheat. It helps the wheat, they call it stooling out. It just seems to get bigger. I don't know why. I don't know the agronomy behind that, or whatever you want to call it, the plant science behind that. But that's how it tends to work. Potatoes, they need a warmer soil temp to be going. And so it's been a good year for that. I would say compared to last year, we are a good 10 days, about 10 days ahead of where we were last year. So I crossed the ditch there. Anyways, yeah, I think we're doing okay. Okay, we're at the pivot center for the pivot that is having some alignment issues. And honestly, I'm not sure what's going on. Let's flip it here. You know, it's not really out of alignment. You can see it. It's only a 3-tower pivot. It's just like when it hits these barriers, there are things that are probably out of adjustment. Let me show you what's going on inside the panel a little bit. No big deal, it is what it is. So just make sure you're seeing what I want you to see. Yeah, so to get the alignment fixed, we have to hold this button down here. Ooh. There we go. Hold that one and the driver button, and it just kicked on the pivot. We have to hold those two together. Let's see if it'll go. So there's water. It's filling up the pivot. You can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it with the microphone, but you can see water there coming out of the valve. Look at that field. Does that look good? Oh, whoa, nope, not there. There. Don't look at the edges. Yeah, that looks pretty good. This pivot just got done watering. This is a beautiful, beautiful field of potatoes. Yeah, this pivot is starting up. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Making artificial rain, because that's what you do in the high desert. You have to make your own rain, especially a year like this. So since we have planted sugar beets, which was the first thing that we planted, or spring wheat. What did we plant first? I don't remember. It's been such a long spring. But anyways, since we planted our first crop this spring, I think we've only gotten a total of maybe 4/10 of rain. That's it. That's pretty unusual. So Sean ended up coming out to run the swather. He made it back from town sooner than I thought. We're gonna see how it's going. It's an old swather. I think it's an 06. It's got the 18-foot header on it. Not the biggest fan of that header, to be honest. It's almost too wide. It takes a little longer to dry down the hay. Sounds like there's some knives hitting in here. Yep. That one, dead center. That's how a swather works. It's like a giant lawnmower. It's got blades that turn. Yeah, like I said, almost exactly like a lawnmower. So we've got to put some new knives on because the ones in the center are not cutting. Too far over. That could have been the problem if it's not seated right. This guy will twist, or it'll twist and it won't allow you to seat it right, and then it'll hang too far and you'll hit. So it spins that direction. Yeah, that shouldn't hit. Should be fine. Take the whole thing off, then we could actually get under and try to grip it with like a pipe wrench or something. Yeah, let's take this off. Went to the shop, used the grinder, got the bolt taken apart, taken off. Now Sean's gonna show us how to do it. Put it back on. Come on, Sean. Nope. Really? That's it?
What more do you want?
Hopefully, that was just a fluke deal. I don't know why it did it to begin with, but we're gonna turn it on, try it out. Scary thing about it, standing in front of these headers, I've seen knives go flying out the front of them. So I'm gonna stand back here behind the swather. He's gonna turn it on, just in case there is something wrong. You can usually hear it hitting if there is a problem. All right, sounds good. Concentration. How fast you going? 7?
6, 8, 7.
So Sean's got stuff to do again, I guess. So I'm gonna run this for a little while. So fun fact, not this swather, but a swather. It was the first piece of equipment that I really learned how to drive. For one, we used to have a dairy and we had a lot more acres of hay to do. And so swathing was always one of those kind of a pain to do because it always landed at weird times when we cut hay. We get 4 cuttings of hay in this area. So it always landed in a weird time. It was a daytime job. Still kind of sounds rough. Anyways, as a kid, I think it's easy to put your, it's easy to run the swather because everything's in front. You can visually see what you're doing. You don't have to look behind you. It's just fairly simple to run. I don't know if that's the reasoning or what. It feels like swathing's a little more straightforward. You don't have to worry about rows, like, you know, with like sugar beets, row crop. you got to worry about running over the crop and killing out crops because you're not on the row exactly right. Wavy rows when you're cutting, yeah, they're a pain, but they're not life or death for the crop itself. So anyways, swathing is an easier job for kids to do, and so it's one of the first things that I ever did on the farm. It's kind of my job, my brother's job. And then as I got more experience with driving the swather, start getting into other equipment. So, but now we don't have a dairy, and we only do this like 60 acres of hay, and really it's like mowing a lawn, or you know, something that's more of a chore, more of a hassle. That's the way I view it, because it's not enough acreage to justify new equipment or to be in the equipment often. It's just enough to do it occasionally. We don't have GPS on our swather, so I'm trying to steer, hold the camera, and drive. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera down so I can focus, make straight rows. I wish I could find a fancy place to put the camera so you can see exactly what's going on, but I can't. Here, we'll run it this way for just a little bit. So here's the swather. Underneath you got all the knives, and then behind that's an auger. Still sounds like something's hitting in there. Doesn't sound good. Anyways, you got the auger, and then it feeds it into a conditioner, which is just a crimper. And that is crimping the hay so that it breaks the stem. This is to my understanding. It breaks the stem, which allows more moisture to come out of the stem, so it dries faster. Well, the day is over. It's time to go home. We got more than I thought we would get done on certain things, especially with cutting hay. We finished that field, which was great. Kind of surprising. Didn't think we'd quite get it done because we got started a little bit late, but got it done. Didn't have any issues, no hiccups at all for that field, except for one hand line. There was a hand line that went into the swather a little bit. Somebody forgot to pick that up. Anyways, all went smooth. Got parts. Anyways, we'll come back tomorrow and work on some more. We did not get the wheat cut. I'll make another video tomorrow. Swathers are supposed to be here. They were supposed to be here today from the dairy, the neighboring dairy, so that they could swath that and get it ready for chopping. But I called their the manager over there in charge of all that, and he said that they've had a couple hiccups. They had a swather run into a pivot, or a pivot run into a swather. Had other issues, another swather go down for some reason or another. So they've had a fun day as well, or fun couple days. So we weren't able to get that done. If they can't make it too early tomorrow, we'll probably take our own swather over there and start cutting ourselves and try to get that wheat out of the way so we can get corn planted. We're gonna go with corn. And we've got to go with an 80-day variety, something pretty short, so that we can have enough days of maturity, because we're kind of pushing the clock here. Do all those things that I assume you know what you should do. Hit all those fancy buttons down below, and have a wonderful day. Eat more potatoes.